Hi, it's Sarah here and I'm back with another quick card, and this week I'm using the Texture Chic Specialty DSP and I just wanted to make sure that I covered this before it disappears, because at the end of April our annual catalogue is going to be coming to an end, and our mini catalogue is going to be coming to an end. So I just wanted to give you a chance to get these before they go, hopefully, as long as they don't sell out before I manage to get this out. Because these papers, I think, are fabulous for feminine cards, for masculine cards, and for gender neutral cards, something that you can have on hand to go out whenever you need. As always, I love specialty papers, so I love the foiling that we've got on these papers, and you can see that on one side they've all got a bit of gold foiling, and then on the other side they've got more neutral patterns, and that makes them absolutely ideal for the card that I'm going to do today. We're going to do one of these cards where I cut the front panel not in half but into portions and flip one side over, and these work so well for this. I'm actually using this pattern today, which has got some tiny almost floral abstract design on the other side, but I just wanted to take you through because these are the ones would work perfectly well as well. Again, we've got some nice florals, very subtle, on the other side of this. And we've got the sort of leaves. I've used so many of these papers on different designs throughout the year, and I will put together some sort of summary so that you can find them all. These ones particularly, I think, work great for masculine cards, so you can take the same design that I'm doing today that is just slightly more feminine and floral, and you could use these different papers of the same pack to make a more masculine card. So we've got that, and we've got this one that's got the snowflakes. That's my stamp set that's gone for a bit, and I'll pick that up in a minute. It's got snowflakes on the other side, but I think that you could still get away with using this year round. You could possibly hide the snowflakes a little bit if you need to. So like I say, this is what I'm working with today. I've taken Petal Pink and Soft Succulent as my card base. We've got an A6 portrait of Petal Pink. We've got a 5.5 by 3 7/8 Soft Succulent layer. And then we've got a 5.25 by 3 5/8 layer of the DSP, but we're going to trim this. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and I'm going to just double check which bit I want to keep as my main kind of colour, and I think I actually want to keep a little bit more of the pink. So I am going to slice this at 1 inch, get that lined up at the 1 inch mark. Doesn't have to be 1 inch, that's just what I happen to be going with for this. So slice a 1 inch segment off the front. Then this is going to go on this side of this layer, and I'm going to flip this and put this over here on this side. So you're getting both patterns, both sides of the pattern of DSP. Now I'm actually going to use liquid glue to put this down, because again, I've mentioned this before, it just gives me that little bit of slide time to get it in position. So a reasonable amount of the liquid glue, and then flip it over, and the idea is to get my 3 margins even. So the top, side and base should be about even, and just press that down, and then I can just apply glue to this one and pop it up, put it up against the other. And because we've got so much gold going on as our specialty addition to this paper. I've picked out some gold ribbon to cover the join on this. I like to cover the join on my DSP when I put it together like this. And I just smudge that. Get that off there. Put a bit too much glue on. And I will just need to get my eraser. Unfortunately, we don't stock these anymore. But so that's why you get them when you've got them. And that goes for this sort of Texture Chic DSP. Get it while it's there. So, right. So the reason I've put this onto a layer of soft succulent is because I like something to be able to fasten my ribbon around. So I'll grab my scissors and just snip that there. So this is the shimmer ribbon, the gold shimmer ribbon. So it's a lovely ribbon, very pretty, easy to work with. And now I'm just going to use a bit of tear and tape to fasten this around the back. You do want a dry adhesive with ribbon, so I'm just going to pop that on the back there and there, and peel that off, and then work from the front to make sure that I'm actually covering that where I need to. So I want that on the join, fold that over like that, peel off my tear and tape there, and that was a little bit off to one side, but that's fine as long as it's right on the front. That's the main thing. So that can then, and it doesn't matter which adhesive I use particularly now, so I'll go back to my seal and put this layer. I tend to just, I don't tend to put the adhesive over the ribbon. I just go up to the edge of the ribbon, and I want that way round. So like I say, you can easily make this into a masculine or a gender neutral card by just picking a different pattern of the papers. I've already prepped my sentiment layer. That's where my stamp went running away. So I'm using the Something Fancy, and I'm going for this Beautiful Beginnings and Happily Ever Afters. So pretty much a wedding card, though it could probably work for an engagement card as well. And I'm going to use soft succulent ink for this. I'll just pop that out of the way, and I just want to make sure that I stamp this straight. If you wanted a stronger colour, you could, well, obviously you could go with Memento Black, but you could go with the Evening Evergreen because that tones with the soft succulent. So just trying to make sure that I've got my text straight, using my grid paper in the background to kind of check on that. And that's my sentiment. So I'm now going to pop that onto a rectangle that is just 1/4 of an inch bigger. So this particular label was 1 3/4 by, I think it's 2 1/4. But that's just the size that I particularly needed for this sentiment. So the idea is pop your sentiment onto or measure it and work out what size you need. So, and what I liked about this is that it was going to fit sort of nicely on that side there. So if it's too big, you know, if you're going with a bigger sentiment, you could even cover your ribbon, and depending on which way round it is. So many ways. Don't worry too much about how to fit the sentiment onto the front, because you can go over the ribbon or you can go to the side of the ribbon. It really doesn't matter. If you don't have ribbon, oops, try and get that straight. If you don't have ribbon, then you could use a card strip. Right, so I just now need some dimensionals to pop this up. And because I've gone for a more feminine version today, I'm going to use these little flower trinkets to decorate this. And they have different colours. There's brass, champagne and silver, I think they are. But in actual fact, it works fine as a sort of gold. So I'm going to pop that in between the two edges of that pattern of DSP, like that. And then I'm going to pick this just slightly different shades. I'm going to pick one of these. We'll pop one up here. And I'm going to put one down here. And I like trios. So where's my other one going to go? I think the other one might go up there like that. So that is my quick card for you for today. But hopefully, like I say, it gives you some ideas of how you could use this to make a masculine card or a gender neutral card using the same set of papers. These are beautiful papers, really versatile. And so I would recommend getting them before they sell out. It's at that point of the year, because we're getting to the end of the catalogue, things won't be restocked. So when they sell out at this point, they are sold out and gone. So please don't miss out. You know, I love these papers and I just don't want you to miss out on them. Thank you for stopping by. Please do subscribe to my channel below to see a quick card every Monday and a quick tip every Friday. Thank you.